Tôi vẫn nhớ như in ngày đó, cái ngày đáng nhớ trong cuộc đời của tôi. Biển không êm đềm, không yên tĩnh. Chúng tôi bị tù túng trên con tàu từ Việt Nam vượt qua Philippines. Những trận cuồng phong liên tục thổi tung chúng tôi lên. Những ngọn sóng nối tiếp tạt vào con tàu. Lạnh cóng, chúng tôi sợ hãi cùng cực.
Dala kalilintad siya. Lalayong kami pakadta lagoy. Para budi masugat at timbak. Uged, nasugat ako bun.
Displacement from one's home, livelihood, and all that is familiar and comforting is always a devastating experience. For 25 years, CFSI, Community and Family Services International, a humanitarian organization, has witnessed the tragedies of displacement in the developing world.
CFSI is a humanitarian organization focused on peace building and social development with a particular interest in the psychosocial dimension. That means we care about how people feel about their experiences, particularly displacement. The philosophy is that every person needs to be connected to other people, be it in a family or a community or a larger society. And the goals are really to protect and promote human security. That means to save lives, to help people reach their maximum potential, and to live in dignity.
Psychosocial well-being, for that matter, is maintaining that balance or that equilibrium, the homeostasis between the persons, despite or in the midst of a chaotic environment where they are in, which could be a result of wars, natural calamities such as floods, typhoons, volcanic eruptions, tsunamis.
Ang bulkan maganda pagtahimik. Hindi noon, sobrang dilim, umulan ng abo, para bang ang langit babagsak sa amin. Sa paglikas, tangay lang ang kung anong mahugot. Ang bahay, ang kabuhayan, masakit man pero iniwan naming lahat.
It causes a lot of suffering, okay? And you put them in very vulnerable situations. You don't have a home, a country that gives you protection.
Generally, there's somebody who's had to leave behind everything they own. They maybe have to even leave behind relatives, people who are dear to them. Often they are people who are in distress. They are needing shelter, safety. They may be very hungry. They may be very tired. They may need just a place where they can sit down and rest and think, what am I going to do with my life now that I'm out of my home, I'm out of my community, I'm out of my country.
It was in 1981 when CFSI responded to the needs of the Indo-Chinese refugees. They came in small boats via the South China Sea. We mark that as the beginning of CFSI. The Vietnamese were the first of many to arrive on Philippine shores. So from a one-room organization with only 3 volunteers, CFSI now has 450 volunteers.
Kano timpo pa kanisisita kami. Nya sila na makikinig sa kami. Nya ba pa na mawatangged sa walay nami. Uged na siya nami ba naludsuan subagwa uyag-uyag nami.
In fact, one of our major program was guidance and counseling. And so we had social workers, we had psychologists, we had psychiatrists who listened and help the persons and the families deal with their problems and situation.
One is a Vietnamese unaccompanied minor. He was 16, 17 years old when he fled Vietnam. They were in a small boat. The boat was at sea for a very long period of time. Some people died on the boat. He survived. And I asked him, what did you do to survive? And he said 2 things. Number 1 is I prayed all of the time. And number 2, we survived by drinking condensed milk. And he said, every time I see a can, I remember condensed milk. And when the day is hard, if I see a can, I can make it through the day.
A lot more has been done since then. As proof of our effective service, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees contracted CFSI to assist refugees in Hong Kong, Thailand, Cambodia, Malaysia, Indonesia, Myanmar, and East Timor.
In addition, CFSI is assisting refugees in the Philippines from 16 different countries, such as Iran, Iraq, Sri Lanka, Rwanda, Burundi. And in that caseload, we have about 100 refugees from different parts of the world. In addition, CFSI is working with people affected by natural disaster, the most recent being, for us at least, the landslide in southern Leyte.
We've also extended our efforts in looking after the human security of at-risk out-of-school youth and children in 8 barangays around Park Avenue in Pasay City.
I've seen the work in urban poor organizing, and what struck me most was people are saying, what's the difference between the poor in Mindanao? You know? So one man told me, in Manila you have people who are poor. We here it's more than poor because at night we cannot sleep.
CFSI is working with the people who were displaced by the War of 2000 in Mindanao. This war displaced 930,000 people. Many of those people returned home in 2001 and 2002. Then there was another offensive in 2003 that displaced another 440,000 people.
CFSI's work in Mindanao is focused on peace building, reconstruction and development.
Through programs like what we call the Go and See Visit, we are able to convince people to go back to their communities of origin and start anew. We have the Arms Are for Hugging project. The Arms Are for Hugging project basically builds the capacity of communities to address their current psychosocial issues through education. We helped a community in Mindanao build a school of their own. We are also working with the United Nations World Food Program. We have a food assistance project for conflict-affected areas. For example, yung Food for Education is designed to encourage and keep kids in school.
With peace negotiations, we hope that the war finally ends.
Bago a libro, bago a eskwela. Bago a walay, bago a pamumulan.
Uman gay, napakapangagi kami din.
Nakapamula kami rin nagsaluman. Mana din namin ang kaangatan imakasabot ta kami.
CFSI wishes to make a broader impact in the ASEAN region. We've done a lot of work in virtually every country in the region, but we want to do more. So I see CFSI increasing its capacity to serve throughout Southeast Asia. I see CFSI creating an institute to train humanitarian workers from the region to work more effectively in the region. And I see CFSI really trying to share the lessons it's learned over the last 25 years with other groups, including the academic community.
These may be ambitious goals, but CFSI has demonstrated for a quarter of a century its resolve to rekindle hope, to piece together broken spirits, and to turn dreams into reality.